Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. We are looking at some things that you have tagged me in online today, whether that be Instagram, TikTok. I think that's all you can really at me and message me on. So if you see anything online, makeup and beauty wise, where you're like, that's a bit suspicious, then go ahead and send it to me in messages or tag me in it. Let's get straight into it. Please do consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. If you don't know what to comment algorithm. And as I always like to say before we do these videos, creativity and individuality have no rules, but makeup most definitely has a theory, and that's what we look for in these videos. Okay, so let's just get straight on into it.
If you make this little line across your Cupid's bow, a little bit overlined, and connect kind of the 2 points, and then just kind of take the liner down, the natural lip line, line the bottom, blend it out a little bit, and then it doesn't really matter what you do after that. Let's just throw a little pink nude in the middle, maybe a little gloss. That little line though, it just takes the lips up a notch.
That's true for a lot of people, depending on your lip shape, right? If I do that on my lip, it looks ridiculous. I'll show you. And I'll tell you why. So if I do that on my lip, because I have quite a deep, whatever this is called here, and quite a sharp Cupid's bow, it looks obvious, right? So by joining the top of my Cupid's bow to the other, one, it doesn't do anything, and two, it just deepens this little, what's it called? It just adds a little shadow in there, and I can fill it in all I want, and it just looks terrible. Reason being is because everyone has a different lip shape, of course, so not everything works for everyone. But also different angles. When I look this way, it's obvious I've just overdrawn my lip. When I look this way, it looks obvious I've just overdrawn my lip. So for her lip shape, yes, that looks beautiful. But for me, and a lot of people who with a sharper Cupid's bow, it's not really the way to go.
I'm 37 years old and I think I've finally found the perfect foundation for older skin. This is brand new by Max Factor. It is their Miracle Pure Skin Reset and it's a 2-in-1 foundation and serum. And honestly, the results are better than I could have hoped for. So let me take it back and show you my skin without makeup. As I get older, I find a good makeup base is really hard to find. And the best thing is you can apply it once and it will last really well all day. So if, like me, you have been desperate to find the perfect base, save your money and get this. Thank me later. Bye.
Now, I actually really like Ashley James. She's on TV here a lot, in the UK, a lot of political talk, which I'm obviously not that good at. And I commented on this, and I noticed my brother did too, and we were like, 37, older skin. And truth is, nobody likes to think they have older skin when they're, you know, and then have an age put to it. But the truth is, people, let me just put on a little gloss back on that lip, sorry. Truth is, a lot of people at 37 don't have what's considered older skin. Their skin may have changed since then, you know, since they were younger, but as a makeup artist, I wouldn't treat Ashley there as though she had older skin. I don't know what to say now. I did a whole video about older skin and the mature skin, you know, in the makeup industry and all this kind of stuff. Because it's a little bit of a strange one. She has absolutely incredible skin. We're a similar age. Well, I'm almost 36 and I wouldn't consider my skin older, but someone made a comment on this. I need to find it. Oh yeah, so somebody commented on this and said, people saying 37 isn't older skin. It absolutely is older, not old. My skin texture has completely changed since 37 and I've avoided foundation. See, that's like saying, though, that somebody who's a teenager who has acne has older skin. It's not old, but it's older than someone who's a toddler. You know what I mean? So perhaps, you know, as I get older, I've noticed my skin changes. Absolutely. But again, we need to stop doing this thing of people being in their 30s and saying they have older skin when they're really not. It may be older than you're used to, let's say, but older skin isn't an age, it isn't even a thing. Mature skin isn't an age, it's a skin type, and I don't see it in that video. She must be I either think she's a model or was a model at some point, because she has that like very unique model-esque face. Now, we actually reacted to a guy drawing on his face recently, right? And I really didn't like it. However, I do like this one. And let me explain the difference, what's happening here. This pencil that she's using in this video is a creamier texture that actually blends, and she's actually blending it out. The guy that we had in the video before was using this pencil to kind of contour, but he was contouring in a straight line and kind of digging it into all these areas of his face that made him look really, really tired. Now, this is more of a warmy red tone. It's more of a creamy texture that can actually blend out into the skin. She isn't using it in areas that are making her look like she's sick, which is difficult with a warmy red tone anyway. A rash maybe, but this, I think that looks really great. If you're in a pinch, why not? Just be careful where you're blending. Oh, are you okay, my baby? Aww. I don't even need to play this because it's just, it says, gals, help. Do I quit the sunbeds for health reasons and go back to fake tan, or just hashtag risk it? I cannot go back to my natural paleness. Do I risk getting skin cancer, or do I use fake tan? I really do think that it kind of answers your own question, that you have to ask this question. Sometimes I think it's fine to ask questions about things, but hashtag risk it. You might as well just be saying hashtag risk cancer is what you're asking here. That's the question. You know what? Fake tan doesn't even have to be that difficult anymore, right? People make, like Saint Tropez, make really amazing gradual tanners that don't smell like biscuit anymore. It's not like that yellowy tone. It's more, you can get bronze tones for it, but you don't have to worry about streakiness. You don't have to leave it on overnight. Fake tan and self-tan has come such a long, long way. Hashtag risking it isn't needed so much anymore. That's a beautiful lip combination and a beautiful lip shape. When would you need to put makeup on your tongue? No, let me rephrase that. When is it easier to put makeup on your tongue and apply it with your tongue rather than just applying it how you would a lipstick? Does that make sense? Does my question make sense? Like when would you think, oh God, I'm in such a pinch? Lipstick on the tongue. When would that need... Here's the deal, right? Here's one thing I hate about like makeup hacks online is hacks are meant to make... Sorry, I started tidying up as I was talking. And I'm still going. Hacks are meant to make things easier, right? Okay, so normalizing makeup for men in Barcelona day one. Okay, I'm just going to comment as this goes. People keep doing this, right? And it's like normalizing men in makeup. Day one, whatever. Normalizing men in makeup, doing this or whatever. There is nothing normal, whatever gender you are, about setting your phone up in public, either sticking it to a wall or having it on a tripod or leaning it on something and creating content by putting makeup on in public. That's not normal in any way. It's not going to normalize anything, right? There's a whole page dedicated to influencers in the wild, people creating this kind of content and people catching people making this kind of content. There is nothing normal about that. You're not normalizing anything. The face app filter on this is unbelievable. Listen, let's talk about this, right? Okay, let's pretend the real situation was she was doing someone's makeup for their wedding. I see a bridal-esque theme here. This face painting is a waste of your fucking time. An absolute waste of your time, the bride's time, the bridal party's time, the photographer's time, everything. Eye makeup, beautiful. This 5 o'clock shadow, Giga Chad kind of cosplay is unnecessary. All of this is unnecessary. The time you are wasting doing this. I mean, look, I mean, what kind of chin are you creating with this? This looks like a beard. And I'm thinking about when you blend it in, not just how it looks right here, is going to look awful. Also, let's just say, I mean, there's filters on this because you can see this face app. You can tell someone has like this face app filter because they get this softness in the shadow in their lip is really soft. It's a very specific look. Waste of time. The only time I can think of this being a good thing is to practice, oh my God, symmetry. So perhaps you're teaching a makeup artist how to do symmetry with eye makeup, blush, all that kind of stuff. Then that might come in handy. Other than that, it's a waste of everyone's time. So this is a video in response to a comment that says, I don't think this was made for your skin color. Talking about a blush.
You do not have to be a certain skin color to use Rare Beauty's blush. It's blush. I really love blush. I love wearing heavy blush. It's just my personal. I got this on TikTok Shop and nowhere on the listing did it say it was not made for white people. Never saw that on the listing. And I absolutely love the color and the way it looks on me. I think it's perfect for a sun-kissed look, and I think the undertone complements my skin really well. Some people don't like pigments and blushes. I do. I think this color is gorgeous, and it blends out really pretty. You can also use it for underpainting. I just like heavy blush in general, so I sort of do like underpainting halfway, but not all the way. But I normally just use a skin tint in certain areas that I want more covered up, which is like this area and a little bit here. But I personally like the blush look, so I think if you like the way it looks, then there's not a reason to not use it. And if you don't like the way the makeup looks, that's fine. I don't really care. I'm doing it for me, not for other people. But the skin tint's really pretty. It's my first time using it. But I don't know. If I'm wrong, if it says somewhere on Rare Beauty's website that it's like not made for white people, please let me know. Like, I would love to see that, because like if I'm wrong, I don't mind admitting it, but I don't think I am. So this is so pretty.
I'm gonna tell you something. So listen, there are certain tones that are made for lighter and deeper skins in certain shade ranges. It doesn't mean, well, with them in mind, right? It doesn't mean you can't use them. However, there is a point where we have to use our own initiative as people with brains and think, actually, this color isn't going to look great on me if I use it this way, right? White people and people my skin tone who are also a little bit yellow, there are some shades on certain skin tones that I don't think you should use for certain reasons, right? On my skin tone, for example, I may not use olive tones around the eyes because it looks like a bruise on my more yellowy neutral skin. On someone of this skin tone, I would not put blush there, first of all, anyway. There's certain ways, you know, that blood shows through the skin, and that can be through being really cold, being really hot. You've just worked out and you're all flushed. Maybe you have rosacea, maybe you have an illness, maybe you have a rash. And that's why these kind of tones on her skin tone used this way don't necessarily look good. And we all know Rare Beauty blush, I think this might be Satire, I'm not sure, but we all know Rare Beauty blush, you use that tiny bit and it is going to be pigmented. So it's not that you can't use it, right? It's just that be careful where you put it. You don't want to put it on your chin like this because it looks like you've fallen on your chin and you fucked up your chin. This positioning is fine. This is cute. If it was a little bit less, you know, but do just be careful. There are certain places on our faces that get red, that don't look nice and flushed, that just look like we fucked up our skin some way or the other, right? Oh, and that's it. Okay. All right, well, let me know your opinions down below. Please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for joining me and spending your time with me today. Tag me in whatever you see online, and I will see you, I've got an itchy head here, in the next one. Bye.